Hi everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be looking at this 2019 Mercedes Sprinter. It's a sort of first of the new generation ones with the electronic sort of display in the middle there, the screen on it. This one's a high miler, she's done 262,000, so it's done its fair share of work. Now at the moment it's going into limp mode with reduced power. We're getting a fault code up of p310274 wastegate mechanical malfunction. So it starts off okay. Initially you've got power, but you get sort of a couple hundred yards down the road and then you're into limp mode, lack of power all the time. Okay, so I'm going to be looking into this today and I'm going to show you what I found on this one. So obviously it seems to be a turbo related fault. You know, I don't believe that the turbo itself has gone. You know, it's still driving okay, it's not using any oil, anything like that. So it seems to be an actuation sort of issue. So yeah, I'll get under the bonnet and have a look. Okay, so under here you've got your usual Mercedes Sprinter engine. And this one, obviously it's done a lot of work, it's high miles, got various blows and leaks around it. But what I'm interested in at the moment is the turbo. Now off camera this has had a smoke test, so you see the boost hose down there. That's okay. There's a little bit of sort of seepage around it, but there was no actual major leaks. The intercooler seems okay. The old favourite for the Sprinters were the inlet manifold brakes and bolts on the head. That seems okay, although there is a bit of an exhaust blow somewhere. I think it's probably coming from that EGR pipe down there. But as far as intake leaks go, there doesn't seem to be any. So quite happy with that side of things. So coming back over here, you've got obviously the twin turbo set up on these. Now you've got a couple of different actuators on it. You've got one here which is free. You've got another one over here which is also free, so they both move. Now when you start the engine up, this one is actually pulled hard over that way. So I'm quite happy that the vacuum system to that one is all right. So you've got a couple of pressure transducers on these. You've got one for each turbo, so you've got one there which runs up to the front, just there. I think I may have replaced that one in a previous life at some point. And then you've got another one down here, just down here where these pipes go onto. So that's another one there, which does look like it's seen better days. Obviously that exhaust blow is covering that. So there is a sort of breather in these, which I guess in theory, if there was enough carbon covering that, it could block and cause that to stop working correctly. But anyway, over here, the vacuum pipe going to that top wastegate, I removed this just to do a vacuum check on here, so I'll show you what I've done there. It's quite a simple test. Right, so I've got my mini vac connected to it here, and I've got it set to vacuum. And what we want to see now is when I pump away on this, we should get that arm there moving. Yeah, so that's moving okay. Got full travel there. We'll leave the pressure on that for a minute. It hasn't actually taken a lot of pressure to move that. It's only about 7 psi, and see that's not dropping away or anything like that. So it seems like the diaphragm in the actuator itself is okay. All right. So now remember that fault code was saying turbo actuator mechanical fault. Okay, so you'd almost expect to see that arm broken or this actuator not working, but that's all okay. So after that, the next test I've done was obviously this pipe here disappears around the back of the engine, so you can't really see what's going on with it, but it does end up at that valve. Now, I suspected that valve to be faulty, but first of all, the next test was just to test that pipe's okay, because we can't actually physically see it, so we need to know that's okay. So what I've done with that was back over the other side, back over this side again, found the pipe that actually goes onto that valve. So you've got 3 pipes down here. Just try and get down there. You've got 1, 2, 3. That one is a vacuum supply, so that's the vacuum into that valve. This one goes off to the turbo, and that one just goes to atmosphere. So that's just fresh air feed. So the next thing I need to know is this pipe okay? You know, is it split? Is there anything wrong with that? Because I can't see. So the easiest way to do it, I've reconnected it the other side back onto the actuator, and I'm going to put the Mityvac on this side. Okay, so we've got our Mityvac connected. So we pump away again. And really, what we're expecting now is that to just suck that wastegate open. Okay, look at that gauge, 0. So I've been pumping away there for a while, and we're not holding any vacuum there at all. So it looks like the problem we've got is with this pipe. There must be a split somewhere, and the pressure being generated from down here in this valve isn't getting over there. So yeah, I'm pretty confident that that's our issue, because obviously there must be something wrong with that pipe. It's not holding any pressure, and yeah, so that wastegate over there isn't doing anything at all. I suppose in theory, if you are getting that fault code generated, it could also still be the valve causing that, because that's what's controlling what goes through that pipe. So I'm going to change that pipe, or somehow. I might have to run a new pipe round, I think probably be the easiest. Replace that, give it a road test, and see how we get on. Okay, so it turns out that this has got a bit of an oil leak. It's a high mileage engine, and it's been contaminating this pipe on the back of the engine where you can't see it, where it runs across the back. It's been dripping oil on top of there, and it's sort of expanded the pipe, and eventually it's caused it to split. So that's why it's no longer holding any vacuum. That's why we can't get any pressure up on the Mityvac. So I've managed to cut it back, get round there, cut it back. It's very difficult to get to unless you get it up in the air, but and just leave it for the moment just to prove the point. And on a road test, it all seems okay. So you've got sort of these pipes up the top, they're all right. You can see those, but the one at the back, if you do generate that fault code, be sure to check that as well. So with it running, you can now see that arm is pulled right over for that on that actuator there. So it wasn't doing that before. So with the engine running, that's pulled right over, and as you can see, when you disconnect it here, it shoots back, on and off with the pipe, and it pulls that over really quickly. So that seems to be the issue on this one. So yeah, give it a try. If you're generating the same fault code, may well help you out, but bear in mind also it could be other aspects of the vacuum system, probably the valves, the most common. You've got one for each turbo, and yeah, bit of fault finding there, but it's a new one on me. I've never seen that pipe go before, So hope this has helped some of you. If it has, please do hit the like button, and I hope to see you in the next video.